Pope Francis is spending his third day in Canada. Today, he attended his first public mass of the visit, but the main story is the reaction to the Holy Father's apology yesterday for the church's role in abuse at residential schools. Many say they welcome the message of seeking forgiveness.
And I believe that he's true, because what he's doing, and he's manning up, and that's awesome.
Well, the man whose mother was abused at one of the schools waited outside of Edmonton's Sacred Heart Church to see Pope Francis. And the chief of the Samson Cree Nation says the Holy Father's words were important for healing. Joining us now from Edmonton, Canada, is Andrea Gagliarducci, Vatican Analyst for EWTN News. Andrea, great to see you. A lot to get to today, but first, let's start off with the Holy Father's apology yesterday. What did he have to say, and what has been the reaction to his remarks?
So yesterday the Pope had two apologies, in fact. The first one was in Mascowitz. It was in the place where residential schools were and where there was a cemetery of Native Americans, First Nations, Métis, Inuit, big Native Americans population over there. And he said that he was ashamed of what the Catholics have been doing in the residential schools, that were schools, actually state-run schools, that in some cases, not in every case, were entrusted to Catholic communities, Catholic dioceses. And then yesterday afternoon, he already reiterated his apology for what the Catholics have been doing, and he said that it's part of sort of worldly situation. So when the church becomes worldly, then the church thinks that Christ cannot be on the cross, but it has to be on the ground. So it has to be with power. And that's something that he neglects. So there were two apologies, and I'm guessing that the Pope is making of this trip, a penitential pilgrimage. So there will be more.
Andrea, I'm curious, overall, how is the Holy Father being received in Canada?
So the Holy Father is being received very well. Even the press is very sympathetic, especially with the apologies. The apologies are the news of the apologies everywhere, in televisions, in the newspapers, and even the Prime Minister Justin Trudeau tweeted very fondly about that. There are not so many people as expected somehow, but there are people, and especially the Native Americans are very, very fond. You can see that they have been enduring a trauma. Yesterday, while the Pope was making his apology, they were all crying. I mean, they cried all the time, and it was very moving, very, very important for them this. So it's a good trip so far. And now tomorrow the Pope is moving to Quebec, which is the Catholic cradle of Canada. But the reception is very good.
Yeah, and I understand the Holy Father is going to be in Canada until Saturday, visiting two more cities. What more can you tell us about maybe some of the highlights of his remaining time in the country? What will those be?
So now the Pope has just arrived in this moment and is in the stadium, the Commonwealth Stadium. So there will be a mass today. It's a mass for the Catholic community in Edmonton, and for all the other dioceses of the dioceses. And then this afternoon, there will be a pilgrimage to Lac-Sainte-Anne. And that's kind of important. Lac-Sainte-Anne is a lake dedicated to Sainte Anne. Today, Sainte Anne, as you know, is the grandmother of Jesus. And the figure of grandmother is very crucial to this trip, because even Native Americans love the grandmother and the grandmother of Jesus. They became very devout. So there will be this celebration. It's kind of a meeting more than a celebration, but the Pope will bless the lake. He will bless the water of the lake, and he will bless at the indigenous way. So it will be another symbol. And then we're going to Quebec, and Quebec will be the more official part of the trip. In Quebec, the Pope will meet with the authorities. In Quebec, the Pope will have other meetings. And then the Pope will celebrate a Mass. And the last day, we will go up to Iqaluit, which is in the North Pole, and it's home for the Inuit. And so the Pope will have the last meeting with this indigenous people of Canada before leaving to Rome.
Well, Andrea, thank you so much for your report today. We really appreciate it. Andrea Gagliarducci, Vatican Analyst for EWTN News. Thank you again.